Harry Kane, believe it or not, has an agent. In fact, I think it's his brother. You signed a 6-year deal. You were happy to sign that 6-year deal. Why your clever agent brother couldn't get you some kind of release clause, some kind of actual written agreement, which would have some validity when you're dealing with Daniel Levy, who's one of the most experienced people out there. I don't believe this for a second that you would actually say, oh, well, but you had a verbal agreement. Well, you know what? I had a gentleman's agreement with Stevie to go and take his Range Rover for a joyride. Come on, it doesn't work that way. I think it's very, very simple. He thought that things were going to work out with Mourinho and whatever, and that the club was going to spend money, he was going to win things at Spurs. Now, obviously, he's realizing, hey, maybe it's not going to happen. All this stuff about winning team trophies. Oh, let me go and jump on the Manchester City bandwagon and go win something over there. And I think it's as simple as that. I'm sure there's a price at which Levy will cave, because there's a price at which it makes sense to sell Kane. But please don't bring up this gentleman's agreement stuff. I mean, we're grown-ups, right?
Tell me why else Harry Kane is not turning up at training. Because I agree with everything you've said. It's the agent and the brother's fault for putting him in a situation where he wasn't able to get out of this. But the fact is, you please tell me, give me something else other than he just wants away. Because I don't believe Harry Kane, being the way he is, would not turn up for training unless, listen. You clearly don't seem to hang much of your hat on a gentleman's agreement. I certainly hope I don't ever make one with you, because you kind of threw it out the window. But I can't come up with any other reason why Harry Kane hasn't turned up for training.
No way Stevie has a Range Rover.
Yeah. You've got a Prius. Interesting guy.
You can take his Prius for a joint, right?
Hey, by the way, second-hand cars are worth a fortune these days, not more.
Look, he signed a 6-year deal. He signed an absolute monster of a deal. When you sign a deal like that, you as a player, you don't really you give up leverage. In exchange for those 6 years, you give up the leverage to go and make a deal. If he'd signed even a 4-year deal or a 5-year deal, he'd be a little bit closer to that point where he could maybe force a deal through. He gave that up. If on top of that, he genuinely thought that Harry Kane, that Levy was going to put something in writing, then I'm sorry, they're being naive. I genuinely think he thought Spurs were going to be in better shape than they are now. Maybe he believed in Mourinho or Pochettino. Remember where they were going at a time. I mean, this is a team that they finished second, they finished third, they were in a Champions League final. He thought we're going places when he signed the deal. Now he looks around and he sees Nuno Espirito Santo, and he probably gets depressed like most people do. And he's wondering, where are we going? And he says, I have a chance to win something. I'm still young enough to do something. Who wouldn't want to go play for Manchester City? Well, the problem is you can't do that when you sign a deal for 6 years. You don't have the leverage unless you're willing to go and be the bad guy and be the villain and come back late and hide and not say anything and force a move. And and it's not something that we expected from Harry Kane, because it's not a side of him that we've seen all along. I genuinely didn't think I would ever see this from him.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.